heavyweight isn't my final destination. I really want to go up to cruiserweight, you know, by the time my career is done.
And cruiserweight is what weight?
I think it's 200.
Ooh, so that's cruiserweight, just another.
Yeah.
So you're a weight class away from going to actual heavyweight.
Yeah. But you know, we're gonna move one step at a time. We got light heavyweight, and that's a division I've been wanting to go to for a long time. I mean, I did my 30-day weigh-in yesterday. I only have 13 pounds left to lose. So I mean, I felt great. And
you have 13 pounds left to lose to make light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight,
which is 170.
175. Yeah, so I'm like a month away. So I feel good. I've never felt this good. You know, a month. I felt good, but like in weight terms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just ready to take on this challenge.
You can easily get. Okay, we have to ask. What do you walk around when you're not?
I walk around like 200.
200.
Tamale season?
Tamale season. Burger season. Lobster. It's everything season.
Okay.
All right, man. So David Benavidez said that he walks around at 200 pounds. The pollen is killing me. He said he walks around 200 pounds. For a while, a lot of people had, called him a weight bully. They called Earl a weight bully. Now they turn around and call Benavidez a weight bully. In my opinion, if you make the weight on fight night, I don't really have no problem with it. None whatsoever. I've always said that. If it was Earl, Canelo, David, whoever it is. But the fans act they so concerned about the fighters. Oh, we should go back to same day weigh-ins. We should do. It's advantages and it's disadvantages to everything in this sport for real. You come in heavier, you're gonna be a step slower. Ain't gonna be as fast as you can be. People think in this sport that bigger always mean better. If that's the case, how did Sergio Martinez beat Paul Williams? If that's the case, Manny Pacquiao beat a lot of guys bigger than him. Sugar Ray Leonard beat Tommy Hearns. Alexander Usyk just beat Tyson Fury. So it plays a part and it plays a role. You just got to know how to attack that with strategy. A lot of these dudes lack a lot of skill set today. Pollen flying in the air and shit. They lack a lot of basic abilities, but he said 30 days out to fight Alexander Gosvick at 175. He's 13 pounds off. I believe that's what he said. So being 13 pounds off for 30 days, that's good. Usually he'd be about 20 pounds off. Yeah, he used to be 20. I mean, he probably would have lost a little bit more weight. So you get to eat a little bit more, feel stronger. He ain't fight nobody. It's a name, but it's a guy that retired, just came back, ain't really fought nobody. Now, if he can get back to the capabilities that he once was at, then he might, Benavidez might be in some trouble. He was sparring guys while he was retired. So basically, he was retired as a professional boxer and started as a sparring partner after Better Biev. He fought Better Biev and lost. So, in my humble opinion, for real, I don't have no expectations for that fight. Gosvick is, if he back to form, Benavidez might be in a bit of trouble. But I don't think he'll be back to form. So, but people say, well, all you do is gain this and gain this extra weight. As he get older, it's gonna work against him. And as he move up in weight, the more and more he gonna have to show his talent. Because the more you move up in weight, the more it's about skill and showing off talent than having a size advantage. And that's why one of the reasons why they came up with the phrase pound for pound. It was about, showcasing the talent and the ability of the lower weight classes because the heavyweights were so popular. Then also it was about moving up in weight and showing that, you can conquer bigger guys. And not everybody can do it. Contrary to how often you see guys move up in weight, A lot of guys just had the ability to squeeze down when they're younger and then move up in weight. And a lot of times they get so comfortable at a weight, they squeeze down too long, and then they end up, getting exposed, getting injured, getting sick, and staying at a weight class too long, usually for the dollar, and never reach their full potential. But everybody wanted to know, rock around 200, that could be 205, it could be 209. Weight fluctuates. So he's 25 pounds, let's just say, above his new weight class, right? Let's just say it could be 30. It could be 25 to 30, right? I seen Mikey Garcia weigh in at 177, I think, before. So that was 30 pounds above welterweight. I don't even know if he was competing at welterweight. I seen Bud, after he beat Ndongo, was celebrating. He was about 177, 180. And he was moving up to welterweight. So it's not as common. It's not as common as you guys think. And a lot of guys, it's really how you proportion and how you wear your clothes. You don't really know how big these guys really are, because everybody don't show it. Some people are bottom heavy. I remember we had this one of my friends, dude. He was beefing with one of my other guys I knew. Hey, we was all cool, and they was fighting over a chick. So they used to wrestle and shit. I don't even remember who the chick was per se. They used to wrestle and shit. And they used to say slick shit to each other. You mean, he was talking about, you mean Gilbert fat ass? The guy that looked like he weighed, I forget, he weighed less but really weighed close to 300 pounds. He said Arby said some wild shit like that. I'm like, damn, y'all niggas really crashing out over this girl. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, some guys you look and you be like, damn, what you about 225, 230, 220? They really be like 250, 260, 270, 280. A lot of my bodybuilders, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger said when he used to win Mr. Universe, he was around 240, 245, somewhere right in there, maybe 250. I think about 245. He said when he won it after he did Kindergarten Cop, because he had to lose all that weight to play the role, he was like 232 or 235. It was the lightest he ever was to win Mr. Universe. He looks humongous, but it's all about how you proportion the weight and how you carry the weight. And everybody don't have a body to carry it. You got some people that look like a sloppy 200, and you got a guy at 230 who looks solid and put together. It's all about water to fat to muscle ratio. So, and there's been a lot of hoopla about David Benavidez weight, and he a weight bully. You start hearing those things when he get close to guys that they don't want to see lose. Like Canelo Alvarez, that's what it was. It really wasn't the issue with Caleb Plant. It really wasn't the issue with David Benavidez. When he started knocking on the Canelo Alvarez door, it became an issue. Catch weight. All Benavidez do is get gain additional 20 pounds on fight night. But let's not forget, Canelo Alvarez is also known to do that when he jump up in weight with when he fought Amir Khan, and he came in as a fucking cruiserweight, Amir Khan claimed. So at the end of the day, if you a skillful fighter, hey, you got to do what you got to do. But they hide behind different excuses. They hide behind all of that. And could he be more closer to 210? Could be. But on fight night, he get down the weight, and people say, well, how do you squeeze down the weight and then blow up so fast? Like, y'all really don't know the human body or no anatomy. Anytime you deprive and you starve the body or you fast, this is why you got to watch fasting. You fast down to a weight, and you say, okay, I fasted for 3 straight days or 5 or 6 straight days, whatever it may be. Like, my last meal was at 1. I'm going to fast from 1 to 6 in the morning. You start consuming, or you say Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to do me. You start consuming, you're going to find out you're going to put 10 or 12, 13 pounds, depending on how you eating, that fast. Because when you deprive the body of something, and when it get that nutrition, or start getting them calories, especially if you was eating clean, you eating bad, man, them calories, man, You can put that weight back on and nothing. Especially we ain't even talking about hydrating. You know, that's why I really cut out really anything with calories for real, outside of like this, like low calorie 5 or 10 calorie drinks. You know, I cut that. It didn't make no sense. Drink a bottle of Coca-Cola, that's all sugar. You know, you eat a box of, you eat some, you know, most of your cereals, you eat some of those cereals that's high in sugar or average in sugar. 9-8 grams around there. You break all that, it breaks down in your body, nothing but sugar. That's what it breaks down to. You know, it'll say, oh, this much sodium, this much vitamins, this many carbs, all that shit breaks down into sugar. So when you eat them sugary cereals and them they all break down to sugar regardless. All break down. They got processed sugar in them or processed food, they all break down to sugar. So I just stopped eating cereal. You know what I'm saying? It all breaks down to sugar. So that's one thing you got to look at. All that shit break down to sugar. So so when you start putting, you know, this Gatorade in your body, guess what? The Gatorade got sodium. Pedialyte got sodium. That's why they drink it at the weigh-in. So then, what do that sodium help you do? It helps their retention rate. That's why it's high in sodium. Sodium helps you retain water. That's why people who have a high sodium diet and they got issues with their body as older people, their feet and legs start to swell. You got to watch your sodium intake, especially when you're young. Watch that much sodium you cooking, especially if you eating at Chipotle, you eating out high in sodium. This is why I encourage people to cook their own food. That way you can watch the sodium level. And a lot of stuff you cook, like spinach and all that, you ain't even got to put much sodium. I started using sea salt. It's more healthier. You ain't even got to put, you know, sodium in a lot of your vegetables. Just eat them how they are. You know? But this is why they drink the Pedialytes and the Powerades and the Gatorades. Now all that fluid is retaining in the body now, because you lose all that electrolytes and sodium when you sweat. So if you don't sweat and you consuming all this sodium, you gotta be surprised. You'd be surprised how much sodium they put in foods at restaurants. A ton of it. So you consuming all that sodium and you ain't sweating and working out. It's a direct way to high blood pressure and death. So you gotta have a balance, and that's why I kind of remember, like when I have my days where I like to eat the bullshit. When I'm not cutting, I gotta work out them days. That way, you know, I sweat the sodium out there. When I intake, it just burn it right on back off. So I'm not taking the full blow. It's like rolling with a punch. But I don't have an issue with him and his weight gain. I don't care. Cause it's not a problem when Canelo do it. It's not a problem when some of your favorite fighters do it. You know, like I said before, it got gifts and it got curses. It got advantages and disadvantages. So just thought it was a little bit interesting to me to speak on. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video financially. You're going to support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts. Check out the Patreon. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.